Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. It is 1:11 in the morning for me right now. My sleep cycle has been kind of pushed later, and maybe if you're watching this, you've been experiencing some natural rhythm shift as well. I don't know. I've been asking and kind of praying about why my sleep has been changed in this past week and a half. I am in the middle of a lot of transitions, lots of things are going on, and it is possible that, if you're going through something similar, your rhythms might be changing for an unseen purpose, an unseen reason. And, nighttime is generally a quieter time where there's less waking solar activity, so psychically it's a more kind of settled, quiet, inward kind of time. So yeah, I'm just kind of enjoying the mystery of why my body wants to be awake this late during this particular period of my life. So I'm going to enjoy this time and do a reading. It's going to be random. I really don't know what's going to come up, but I feel like doing a reading. So if you feel drawn to this, let's see if there's any specific messages for you that want to come out. So starting messages, we have the Nine of Cups and the King of Swords. I feel like this could have to do with like a delivery of happiness. This kind of gives me the sense that like there's more of a streamlined connection between your sense of emotional fulfillment and emotional safety in life and feeling like the arrival of it, or feeling, I don't know if this makes much sense, but it's like there's a bridge in between the sense of emotional fulfillment for you and kind of like an empowered, almost like there's the energies of ego and action and intellect and emotional fulfillment, and I feel like they are merging. I feel like there's a harmony. I don't know what else wants to be said, but let's find out what wants to be said. We have the Emperor. So yeah, this is giving some masculine or solar strength and direction kind of. Okay, integration. There's something that you're going through in your life right now that's being integrated. If you're also going through a shift right now, when we have the Princess of Swords. I don't know if this is the Page or the Knight in this particular deck, but one of the suitors is the Princess. I don't know what order that comes in. But yeah, there's like an integration between. There's an integration and a harmonization happening between aspects of the ego, the action-driven aspect of yourself, the solar part of yourself, and the feminine, receptive, joyful, embodied in pleasure kind of part of yourself. If that makes sense? Oh, wow. I pulled the Five of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Hanged Man. So yeah, there's some giving things up. There's some loss. There's some change. It's almost like there's a layer or an undercurrent of whatever transition you're going through right now of just loss. Could be disappointment, sadness. There could be feelings of like leaving behind disagreements or leaving behind ideas that don't match kind of your level. You could be walking away from or grieving over the loss of some misunderstanding or disappointment or something. Five of Swords. in Hangman and Five of Cups, it's like, yeah, you're walking away from maybe like false concepts of yourself, or like ideas maybe pointed at you, or that were still dormant within you, that are arising now, that are like not in alignment with who you are, or kind of getting in the way. And at the bottom of the deck we have the Ten of Cups. So it's like you're definitely moving towards more harmony and fulfillment. What the heck? I did not even realize that I placed this card face down. I just turned it over and we have the Justice card. So it's like, so what I think is happening right now is in all the areas of your life, or in a major area of your life where there was disappointment, conflict, and blockage, or disagreement, or feeling like you were not able to express who you were, or you have your ideas land, or serve, or educate, or illuminate a person or a place or a situation with your truth, or with your what it is, with your gifts, with whatever you have to serve. You weren't able to like utilize that part of yourself in a certain situation or a certain aspect of your life, but it's coming up now because it's old energy purging itself and releasing, and what's coming up in its place is more harmony and an opportunity for those energies to be recycled positively into an opportunity, or just to be reintegrated in a way that brings about a sense of justice or balance. And then I was getting flashes to this dream that I had. I often get like flashbacks to dreams that I have had in years past. And just for context, I have a super alive relationship with dreaming. And I've been literally recording my dreams since I was 8 years old. And I remember like lots and lots and lots of dreams. And I have a log in my phone right now of literally 9 years worth of dreams, minus journals that I don't even think I have anymore. But I was remembering this dream, and the season was around like late summer, fall, and I was on a plane going to the Middle East, and there were bookshelves on the plane, and I was on the coast of some country or some place, and it was daytime, it was summer, and the plane was luxurious. It was a long plane ride. It was like, and I had on my mind certain belongings, and I was like, my attention was drawn to the books and to the bookshelf. I personally love my books. I'm traveling with a few books. I'm traveling right now, but having a large bookshelf in my home is like one staple for me that makes it feel anchored and makes it feel like a cozy home. And so I think maybe it's symbolically in my dream, it's pointing to like creature comforts and having a sense of, being anchored in a home. And it's almost like there's this is interesting, this is coming up, I don't know why, I'm just following the thread. We have the High Priestess, psychic prowess and delving into the unseen, swimming in the unseen. But there's a message here maybe for somebody about paying attention to whether it's a physical item or an idea or a practice or anything. Is there something that you can carry with you into your next phase to anchor yourself in a sense of home, even if you're not physically home, even if you don't feel like you are where you're meant to be? It's funny that the theme of belonging is coming up so strong with this, and that was like kind of what my dream was pointing to. But yeah, like, what are you leaving behind that you attached a sense of belonging to, and where are you going, and what can you do to stoke the energy of belonging within yourself, even though you can't really hold on to it outside of you? So maybe that's something for someone. And then I just cut to the Strength card. So yeah, this points to kind of inner reserves, and we have the Nine of Swords right underneath that. So it's almost like you could be being, you know, confronted or put in a situation where you're, yeah, being tested or being asked to find a sense of grounding or being anchored in the midst of anxiety. And whatever it is that you have the luxury of leaning on in your life for support, you know, maybe there's a little call to seek that out. And then I also pulled the Princess of Pentacles. I have the Princess of Swords in here as well. And again, I don't know what suitor she is specifically, but to me that reads of, there's an element of like naivete, but like innocence and receptivity and softness, and it's almost like maybe like a reclamation of the slow, youthful, curious, gentle, stable, grounded, earthy absorption of life and learning. For some reason, like the opposite of feeling jaded is what this card brings me. It's like she gives me a slow, steady, receptive, you know, taking her time, enjoying life kind of energy. And then these cards just like flipped out, the High Priestess and the Two of Swords. So there is psychic information that is not available to you at this time. So things could feel confusing. Things might not feel clear. You might be waiting on an answer. You might be waiting on instructions or clarity or where to take action, when, or what to do. You might have a problem or a question kind of hanging in the air that is unresolved, or there might be some energies in your life that you feel maybe a little disempowered in. But I think if anything, this is just a nod to just respect the flow of life and, you know, not force outcomes, but to remain open and receptive to just the flow of life, and let things remain a mystery. Let discomfort be there, and find ways to kind of come back to pleasure and enjoyment and grounding, you know, in the midst of, it's like give yourself permission to find joy and to live in integrity with your own rhythm, even though things are, you might feel a loss. And as I said, rhythm, a ember burst up, and another one just burst up on my candle that I'm burning right now, and there's another one, it just popped really, really bright in the corner of my eye. So it's really, I feel like it's like, yes, 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 yes. Like, it's like, yeah, the energy is just, it's all dancing together, and the flame is like, was kind of going sideways. Okay, I'm gonna put these back and then see what else wants to come out. But I hope that this is kind of making sense and at least providing support for someone. Like, I had no aim with this reading other than just to do a reading for someone who it might help. So, and also I enjoy it, you know? I enjoy it because when I pull out these cards and look at the patterns and everything, it kind of helps me look at my own life and piece together patterns and stuff. So as much as I like serving, you know, people who can benefit from this, I like doing it for myself. I pulled again the Nine of Swords and then also the Hierophant. So I feel like you know, you might be going through something right now, or you might be going through an experience where an old energetic or mental or emotional pattern that ailed you is resurfacing. And it's like you have opportunities right now to learn from them in a sense where you're empowered, and it's like you're seeing the truth, you're seeing the roots, and I don't know if these words make sense, but you're seeing the tradition behind the pattern, and maybe actually that means you're tracing back your this could literally represent ancestral or genetic patterns repeating themselves, because the Hierophant is a teacher and represents tradition and the path. So this could literally be specifically talking about an anxious habit that's coming back up for you, or a window to breaking free from a trap cycle, or this could also represent the ending of certain habits or certain patterns, because Nine of Swords speaks to painful endings, abrupt endings, chaotic endings, completion of a cycle. But with the Hierophant there, it's like you're integrating, you're learning some kind of higher wisdom. I don't know exactly what the wisdom is or what the lesson is. It could be different for everyone watching this, but you're getting an opportunity to integrate higher wisdom from this situation that you're going through. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I think I'm going to record another one right after this because I'm in the mood. I'm enjoying this. If you want a personal reading, feel free to reach out to me. I have information for my offerings in the description below. So there's that. But yeah. Okay. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.